Sequels to beloved films are incredibly tricky things to make. Not only do you have to replicate everything that made the original so brilliant, but you also have to expand on the story and characters in ways that feel believable to the audience. The greatest sequels are such because they are better films than their original in just about every way. When I saw the first trailer for Top Gun Maverick a couple of years ago, I was definitely impressed by what I saw. I've watched the original Top Gun a handful of times, and I think it's a decent film, but nothing groundbreaking. So I was curious about what they would do with the sequel. But nothing could have prepared me for seeing Top Gun Maverick. I'll put it simply. Top Gun Maverick is simply one of the best sequels ever made, and is one of the most incredible movie experiences I have ever had. I saw it in IMAX and was completely overwhelmed by the visuals, the score, the acting, cinematography, and just the sheer joy I was having in the theater. I felt like a kid again. I was on the edge of my seat from the time the movie started until the credits rolled. This movie is old school in every good way imaginable. I felt like I was watching an action movie that had been made in the 80s or 90s, but was remastered with better special effects and then re-released in theaters. It's patriotic, it's fun, it's emotional, and it has absolutely no political message whatsoever, which I found to be such a welcome breath of fresh air. I'm still trying to wrap my head around how this movie was made in modern Hollywood, which seems to only churn out nothing but shallow movies, drowning in hollow CGI effects and overt political virtue signaling. This film gives the audience exactly what they want, which by the way is not always a bad thing when it's done right. I recall more than once watching it and thinking to myself, it would be so cool if Pete Mitchell did this. And to my joy, it happened. Top Gun Maverick is the kind of film that makes you cheer when the heroes succeed. You feel like you're going on this journey with the characters. Their successes feel like your own, as well as their failings. Speaking of which, let us talk about the characters for a minute. One trope I've been seeing a lot lately in modern movie reboots/sequels is the trope of the male character who's broken, riddled with depression, and completely incompetent until the strong female character comes in and has to show him the right path. Well, thank God there is none of that garbage in Top Gun Maverick. Pete Mitchell is still struggling with guilt from the death of his wingman Goose, but it's never portrayed in a pathetic and sappy way. And there certainly isn't any newcomer that's going to come in and teach him how to overcome his guilt and be a great pilot again. No, Pete Mitchell is still the best pilot in the entire Navy, and his guilt is overcome in a beautiful scene with the help of an old friend. The new characters, as great as they are, can't even touch him. As for the new characters, they all did an excellent job across the board, especially Miles Teller, who plays Goose's son Rooster, who has followed in his father's footsteps and become one of the best new pilots in the Navy. Teller gives an incredible performance with plenty of charisma and cocky energy. Now I have to talk about the biggest draw of this film, which are the fighter jet sequences. It's hard to put into words how cool it is that they decided to shoot almost all these scenes with the actual actors in real fighter jets. It would have been so much easier to have the actors in cockpits on a soundstage and CGI everything in post. But because of Tom Cruise's unrelenting dedication to making quality entertainment, we got the most thrilling dogfights and fighter jet stunts ever put on screen, bar none. It's really easy to recognize when something you're watching on screen is fake, and for me it tends to take me out of the experience. But this movie feels completely grounded because most of the jet stunts are 100% real. There are some CGI effects in this movie, of course, but I honestly don't know if I could point them out. Everything is seamless. Weta Workshop even invented a smaller IMAX camera rig that could fit into a fighter jet cockpit, so the actors could be filmed experiencing G-force and delivering lines while really flying. Now, of course, the actors aren't actually flying these planes, but they are in the back of the cockpit while the stunts are happening. It's immensely impressive what they were able to accomplish visually with Top Gun Maverick, and that's all thanks to Tom Cruise, who insisted on everything being as realistic as possible. One of the most important aspects of the film's success is the fact that Tom Cruise is not only giving one of his best performances as an actor, but is also a producer on the film. He had a lot of creative input, and I think the film was better for it. Cruise is said to be one of the last true movie stars, and I tend to agree. He understands the medium, and his passion shows on screen. The director of Top Gun Maverick is Joseph Kosinski, who has directed movies like Tron Legacy, Oblivion, and Only the Brave. but this is without a doubt his best work. He directs with complete confidence and was obviously the right choice for a film like this. I'm looking forward to seeing his movies in the future because if they are anything like Top Gun Maverick, I am all in. Top Gun Maverick was an absolute joy to watch. It respected its legacy characters, it gave the audience all the incredible action they could hope for, and most importantly, it entertained the hell out of me. It's an unpretentious, old-school action movie that has the heart and charm so few modern movies possess. I would put it up there with The Empire Strikes Back, Spider-Man 2, Terminator 2, or Aliens. So if you haven't seen it, don't take my word for it. Go experience this gem of a film for yourself on the biggest screen possible. If you enjoyed this video and want to see more like it, smash the like button and consider subscribing to the channel. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll catch you later.